So we got it all filled up. I thought I was gonna have to go outside and get some more compost from the pear tree in the back that's dropping pears everywhere. It's drying out pretty good. This is only the second day, and you can't see a thing that I put in there. Let me get this scoop, and we're gonna scoop around up in here and kind of see what's in there. Back to the Go From Network, and today we got something nice for you. We got an in-home food waste composter from Moreborn. I was seeing a lot of little advertisements about this one particular in-home composter, and when this company reached out to us, I thought, and if you can see sometimes in this house, when you garden, you tend to have lots of fruit flies, bugs, because you don't really have a place to compost inside. You always putting stuff on a little, maybe in a bucket, you're putting it on a plate, and you're just waiting to take it outside. But if you forget for a day, bam, it got bugs and flies everywhere, right? I think this is going to solve that problem for us, being that we do like to compost outside, but sometimes you need a little composter for inside when you're cooking, cutting up asparagus, you know, cutting those hard tips off, maybe some greens, eggs, boiled eggs, eggshells, and you want somewhere to put them right then and there. This is what we got. In-home food composter. Look at that. You can put this on the floor in your home. You can put it on your cabinet. We're going to put it on our countertop. You got to leave a little space on all sides because it is electric. It is going to be working. It is going to be generating heat. But I think this is a beautiful thing. I read some of them. Get that out of here. We don't need that. I lied. We're going to look at the directions. Let me take this off. Now this is electric, so you don't want to put this too close to a water source. I mean, you don't want it too close to your sink, your kitchen sink, or anything like that. You don't want to have your kids playing with it, right? Pouring water on it and stuff. So to get this thing started, all you're going to need is water. 600 milliliters of water, which is 2.5 cups. 2.5 cups of water we're going to use. Right? Installation and preparation is telling you where to set it up. And then 5 and 6, it says we're going to pour in that activated charcoal. Take out the filter box, pour in the activated charcoal into the filter box. All right, so I'm going to turn this around. Let's see how this works. I gotta remember how that goes in. All right, everything is off right now. Nothing is plugged in. Close to the knives. Should have had me some scissors right there. But let's see. Basically, we're pouring in that activated. And what this is for is this machine is actually going to be putting off gas. Right? The composting process actually lets off gas. This is going to filter that air, so the air that it releases is going to be filtered air. So I'm going to pour the whole thing in there. All right, got a little bit left. Put that to the side. Let me smooth that out. All right. This is going to be our carbon filter right here. I'm going to put that back on. Let's see how it goes. Don't drop it, please. Don't drop it. I think that's on pretty good. All right. So basically it says, take the back of the filter off the machine, slide the lid off, the filter box to open, pour the new activated carbon pack, slide the lid back on, replace it back into the box. So now I'm gonna see how I think it goes in like this. So you can see this first part It's gonna, I think air is gonna like come in this way and then come in and out one way or the other. So maybe it comes in out of here, and then when it goes out, it's gonna go through here and then out here. But once it comes out here, it'll be purified. All right, that's back in. That was step number 1. Next step is basically putting in a microorganism. So it says take the product out of the package, place it on a flat surface near the power supply. We have it. Take out the microorganism pack. We call it flower planting substrate. So that's the pack right here. You can see it says flower planting substrate. I'm going to put that on here. It says connect the power supply and ensure the product has been powered on. Please don't start working first. Okay, so
don't plug it in first.
Yeah, well, I got to plug it in first. So I'm going to plug it in back here. Oh. All right, it's on. I heard a little beep. Beep. Pour the whole pack of microorganisms into the product liner and spread evenly. That's going to be what's going to be turning your compost on the inside. You can see that wheel. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to keep your compost turning. So if you have like compost outside, you're the one that got to, you know, do the turning, keeping it rolling, keeping it going. In this case, in the Moreborn case, it's going to do it for you. It's just automatically, it's going to do it for you. You can see it has even has a max fill button. So you can keep putting that compost in, keep putting those table scraps in here, and then I'll show you can scoop it out and all of that once it's making. Now, because it's electric, it's going to make your compost faster, right? It's going to do it way faster than if it was outside because it's going to be constantly churning. After you pour your pack, you add your 600 milliliters of clean water, and then you have to wait 5 to 10 minutes to let this and the water soak. Kind of like if you was doing yeast. You know? Yes. If you was cooking, you know, Belle's knows about that. I want to look at this. This is microorganisms. The kids are not here. So this is what they call the microorganisms. It says this product is made of wood pellets, wood chips, activated carbon pellets, bacillus carriers, stone powder, and other raw materials after high temperature sterilization and scientific proportion. So they got it just the right mix. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pour this in. You can see. And I'm trying to get this evenly. Like they said, it's a little smoky. Glad the kids are not here. I'm not going to breathe this in either. I'm going to put the top down for a little while. And it's all evenly spread now. I'm going to take this 600 milliliters of water. All the way. And I'm just going to pour that in. Now this has to soak. I like to see how it's going to look. I like to see how that's going to look after, what it said, 10 minutes. So let's wait about 10 minutes. Right now it's 8 o'clock. So I'm going to wait this 10 minutes, let this stuff get activated. And then we're going to press that power button. So give us a second. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back 10 minutes later. 10 minutes has passed and we want to see what's inside this thing. So the food wasting is about to be over with a food waste composter. No more wasting food in that landfill. Huh? Wow. So it looks like there's been a lot of swelling of that. I would say that's the carbon. Those carbon pellets. You can see that kind of put on water, kind of like if it was like how the cocoa coir, how it swells up. So what we're going to do now is, it says 20 hours. This is a filter back here as well that may get a little clogged up. You have to clean sometimes, I was reading. So we'll talk about that though once we start putting the food in. We got 20 hours. So that means just about 2 days. So what we're going to do is 24 hours. We're going to wait 24 hours before we come back here and actually start adding food. Now, I did have a lot of scraps that was in my freezer, and I was taking it out because I was going to put this in here. But reading through the manual, you don't want to put frozen food in here. If you got food that you've been putting scraps away in your freezer, to keep the bugs from going everywhere, you gotta let it thaw out, and then you're gonna put it in there regular temperature. I'm gonna just slide this on back to the back. You wanna leave at least 5 centimeters of clearance on all sides of this. Now I did see once you start to add your food, if ever you're smelling a sour smell or anything, there's a deodorizer button on here for you to get all of that sour air out of there, and never open it without pressing your deodorizer first, right? If you start to see that you're opening it and that smell, that compost smell is filling up your kitchen, that's what that activated charcoal is that we put in here. That activated charcoal filter is going to be there for you to filter out that sour odor, get it out of the system before you open it. So there's a button on there I'm going to show you. We're going to wait 20 hours. All right, so welcome back. It's another day. It's been 20 hours. I'm going to say it's been about 23 hours or so. I did look in it at 8 o'clock today. And it's just really dry looking. I guess if you touched it, it's like a
Powder.
Yeah, like a dry little cakey powder. You can see it's a little condensation around here. That's because it does produce heat. So it does produce heat. That's why it looks like that. Remember, and I'll show you, once we actually go and put some compost in here, every time we open it, before we open it, we're going to press this button here. This button here is a filter button. It's going to push all of that air, any smell or anything that's inside of this container, is going to push it out through this backside where that carbon filter is at. And then once we open it, we shouldn't really smell any of that smell. They also said you can use, by adding more coffee grounds to your compost, more citrus, lemon peels, kind of citrus fruit will help with that as well. So what I got today is, let me grab it from over here. What's this? Napa cabbage, some plums. I didn't want to put this seed in there, but I'm going to try it this time just to see what it does with mango seeds. But everything else looks like some moringa, some whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, some more mango stuff. Blueberries. We're going to take that. Of course, it stops. I'm not going to add any more water. We added that 600 ml. I just want to see what it does. And this is supposed to be a really quick process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to let this last for at least about 2 days. Some more grapes. I'm going to dump that in there. It does have a fill level right here. That's the max level they want you to fill it to. I got some garlic peels, onion peels, and just see what it does. But some of this hard stuff, I think and I'm going to put this whole orange. Just see what it does. What is that? What is that?
They got the pear stuff in there too.
The pear stuff?
You put it in there already?
No, what? You mean
the pear? The pulp?
The
Yes.
pulp? Where it went? I didn't see it. Bell's kind of juiced today, so here's some of our pears. Some that she cut off, I guess, the bad spots. And this is actually the pulp. So I'm going to just pour all that in there, too. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. I think that's going to help, because it was kind of dry. Oh, wow. It might be over my field line, but I don't think so.
You don't think, like, you have to level it up?
We right there. Oh my gosh, we right there. So we're at the field line. This is a huge, it's bigger than a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it all filled up. I thought I was gonna have to go outside and get some more compost from the pear tree in the back that's dropping pears everywhere. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna close this for maybe 2 days. Today is Monday, right?
Yes.
We're going to try to open this thing Wednesday night, and see what it's looking like. We're going to just leave it and give it time to do its thing. So let's close it now. Goodbye, compost. Hope you make some good fertilizer. All right, so we've had about 24 hours for this thing to kind of do its cooking. I've looked in it a few times. I've even added some stuff that we was working with like today. I think like some pears and passion fruit peels that I actually put in. So I want y'all to take a look at it. Now remember, we put in mango seeds. We put in plums with the seeds in them. So everything was like whole. Grapes, everything. We put everything in here. And I want y'all to see this. So first what I want to do is, I think it's a good practice to learn how to press that deodorizer button. That's just in case if you have, what I would say, some things that are rotten or it's been sitting for a while, you've been had it turned off, things really start to ferment up in there. You want to run that air through that carbon filter that's at the back. So I just like to do it. I don't think I need it right now, but I like to press it just so it can kind of run some of that air out. It's still working now. You can hear it. Now when I open it, it's going to stop. So when you open it, it's not going to ever run. It's probably got like a little kill switch or something like that inside of that. So here we go. We're going to open this up. It's going to stop. And that's where we are. You remember how dry it was when we first put it in. You can see up here all the water that's up here. So I would like it to get a little bit drier, but at the same time, I've been adding in good stuff, and I'm seeing around here, it's drying out pretty good. This is only the second day, and you can't see a thing that I put in there. Let me get this scoop, and we're going to scoop around up in here and kind of see what's in there.
It looked like a peat moss. That is what it called, babe?
Yeah, like a little peat moss consistent.
Yes.
So it really does look like a soil.
So this is ready. And it's warm.
Yeah, it really does take on a soil-like consistency, which is what I've seen most of the other composters. I think because they don't have that first bag, that bag of those microorganisms. You can see some of the peels are here, but it's constant. I mean, it's breaking it down really well. Let me dig in here. I can't find a mango seed, I'll tell you that. So it's been crushing and crunching. Look at that. Wow.
It's ready.
That's ready for use. Now it's supposed to be 10-to-1. Now keep in mind, this is like fertilizer at this point. It's real, what you would call concentrated. You don't want to just plant in this. It's going to burn everything that you plant in it. So this is supposed to be 10-to-1. So they say the best way is 1 scoop of this soil and then 10 scoops of some regular soil. Come around here and get some of that off the sides. That's drying up on those sides. And remember, you can consistently add. I can keep adding. The only thing you want to watch is your moisture. You don't want it to become a soup. And what will happen with that is if you keep adding in stuff, and you don't allow time for that carbon to kind of work its way through the system, then you'll have like a wet mixture. And you'll just have to add, I would say, some dried leaves or something to kind of dry that out. Even some more peat moss or something like that. I like it. That was 2 days. It would take weeks to do what we've just done in 2 days. It would take weeks to do this in an outside composter because we have them. That turning, you got to turn it. As soon as we close this down, it's doing it itself. You can hear it down there. As soon as we close this thing, it's back to working, and it does have a little heat in it. So it has the heat, it has the moisture. The heat is what makes the water. So you got an outside composter, it's always drying out on you because you can't get out there and water it enough. But with this one, that little bit of heat that it's producing, and because it's sealed around here, it's causing it to keep that heat, and that heat kind of makes that condensation or that moisture. So it keeps a good moisture level. That's a plus. So I'm going to slide this right back up in there. We haven't brought anything like this from our channel to you guys ever. I've shown you composters in the past, But if you're looking at a lot of these companies, you're starting to see these food composters coming out because it's all about green, right? Everybody's going green. Everybody wants to try to be as conservative as possible and try to save the planet. So this is a way that you or your friends or your family can actually make your own fertilizer, because the fertilizer is going crazy. I don't know how much it is now. I don't buy fertilizer too much anymore, but when I do get it, it's high. It's very expensive. Even the fish fertilizer we use is starting to go up.
$25 now.
So you can actually take this and soak this, like put this in take your byproduct of this, put it in a bag, like either a grocery bag, or even better, you put it in a pillowcase and dump it in a 5-gallon bucket of water and let it leach out all of those nutrients that are concentrated right now. And then you can actually water your plants with that. So you kind of take one product and you can use it in multiple ways in your garden. I think that's what's very important. Like I said, a lot of the ones that I've seen before, you just dump in the food waste and then it makes it and it dries it out. And it's like dried food pellets, like dehydrated food. You really don't want that, really, right? This here is what you really want. Something that kind of makes a real soil feel. It gives it a real soil feel. So I'm going to give this one a thumbs up so far. Like I said, it's only been the 2 days that our scraps have been in it. So we're going to continually add. And hopefully in the future, we'll be able to bring you some more videos of this when we start back gardening next year. We'll be able to use this consistently in our garden, getting all our harvest, whatever we're not using, the little cut off pieces, being able to have a continual composting process inside the home. Cut down on those fruit flies. Oh my God, we've been fighting with them for years. Hopefully this product is going to get rid of the fruit fly problem in the homesteading community. So thank y'all for watching the Grow From the Network. Thanks Moreborn for sponsoring this video, sending us this sponsored product, and sponsoring the channel. We really appreciate it. We're doing hard work out here, of course, and we're glad that companies out there that are actually seeing the work that we're doing for the homesteading community, and they're giving us a shot. So thank y'all for watching, and as always, grow, grow,